everyone. Hey, and welcome back to yet another episode of Battle Rap Resume. Thanks to everyone in the live stream as well. Please comment any questions you've got for myself or BA, and that is my guest today, one of my favourite battlers. This guy, came out from the darkness really for a few years and just had incredible battle after incredible battle, going back all the way to the early jump-off era, the WRC era. Just, fantastic stuff. Always great. Always an honour to have him on the show. Respek BA, how's it going, man?
Where's the big introduction?
I gave you a bigger one than actually.
I'm referencing the interview, mate. That was a beautiful introduction.
No, of course, so. but I I think I'm rectifying to a certain extent. And it's right you mentioned that actually, because obviously everyone I'm sure has listened to the episode. This is the first thing I've recorded after the episode came out. So we recorded it on the Friday, and I think it dropped on the Tuesday or something like that. And I didn't really do anything in between. So yeah, this is the first one after it's publicly been released as well. It's got huge downloads. Thanks to everyone. Lots of subscriptions and stuff like that. Been very controversial. I mean, we don't really want to spend too much time on it, BA, but what's your general thoughts on the episode, what was said?
My general thoughts is you've actually said more in the first 3 minutes. You know what? I'm cool with her now. Yeah. Having said that, sometimes my man makes it easy for people to get on at him, and that's not to say that everybody did. But if you actually listen to what he said, like the way I would have worded the same information that he slowly gave out over those 2 hours was, I didn't steal no money. I was stupidly using the company account for my own shit because I just assumed things would always be there. Then business started to get not as good, and before I knew it, not only could I not use the company account for my own shit, I couldn't pay people the money they were owed. I've not stolen it. Kruger's going to get a percentage for every Dope Flop event in the future until he's fully paid back, and even after that he'll get a percentage because he's part owner, and that's that. And if he'd have cut out the 2.5 hours of shit flinging, but that's just me. Everybody handles things in their own way. But I think if he'd thought about the correct way to word it and just break it down as simply as that, I think people, some of the people, not to say everyone's got a problem with it, but some of the people that had a problem with it might have not have done so. But everybody carries themselves in their own way. We all learn from our own mistakes. We all live to regret things. I think it was it could be seen in multiple ways. My personal opinion on it is, mate, I don't really give a fuck. It's nothing to do with me. Obviously, I don't like to see nobody not get money they're deserved though. So I'm looking forward to seeing Kruger getting his money back after, he gets it back through the Dope Flop events in the future and shit.
Absolutely. And, other big things are happening in the world, such as Loki, who won the prestigious Orwell Prize recently.
Yeah, man, that's my fucking boy.
Unbelievable.
Me and Loki have been rapping together since we were 17, 18 years old. The Being, our crew ran Glasgow City for a decade, mate. Everybody knew us up there. The crew's full of absolute legends. Gasp, who's done so many classic albums. We've got legendary fucking sound engineers working in big sound studios in London from the crew. We've got legendary hustlers in Glasgow in that crew. We've got legendary battle rappers in that crew and Orwell Prize winners in that crew. No big deal. No fucking big deal, Tom. It's nothing. It's nothing, mate.
He's featured on your releases like the Secrecy Act, right?
Yeah, he's on the track Glasgow is Dead. But yeah, unfortunately, we ain't really had a chance to kick it over the last couple of years because my man's been so busy, since his book blew up. It's got its own stand in Waterstones and shit. Do you know what I'm saying?
J.K. Rowling and Irving Welsh are the quotes on the front of it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. My man's done it, mate. BBC just offered to turn the book into a documentary the other day, and he turned it down. He turned down the opportunity to make it into a TV series on the BBC just because, he wants to discuss the personal things that he's been through in his own time, and he doesn't want it to be... It's not that he doesn't want it to be known about, because that was obviously the point of the book, but he just doesn't want it to be turned into any kind of cash cow. So yeah, but besides, man, he's just won the Orwell Prize. People are literally throwing fucking money at him right now. He's got to dodge the stacks of dough. So I'm so happy. Like, literally, see, every day since he won that a few days ago, man, I just had this silly smile on my face.
Yeah.
And I've been, like, talking about him like it's my first son or something, and he's not. He's my brother. So, but, like, you know, I've been like, my man just won the Orwell Prize. The Orwell Prize, motherfucker. But, yeah, I'm so happy for him, mate. So happy for him.
Yeah, it's Poverty Safari. The judge described the writing as a heart-rending exploration of working-class life and, quote, the book Orwell would have wanted to win. So, yeah, it is an unbelievable accolade to be awarded. Yourself, writing-wise, I think we mentioned in an episode prior, we've done quite a few now, you're writing a script, you're working on a script?
I've done a script.
You've done a script?
Yeah, I'm now the next thing I'm working on, I want to kind of write it like a novel, but the next thing I'm working on, I got a couple, I'm like a good concept person, yeah, so I've got like maybe 10 concepts, and I just choose the one that I like the most to start working on next. And it took me 5 days to write for Bonnie Godiva, and then I got right back to working on the story I'm working on.
5 days?
5 days, mate. I don't fuck about. I'm not joking either. 5 days and it was done. And it's not whack shit. It's fucking dope shit. So.
Is it because she's a woman?
It's because it... Well, okay, so what, are we going on to Bonnie already? Or are we jumping ahead?
No, let's stick with the script. We'll get into Bonnie.
Alright, so yeah, this next one ain't a script. It's like... it's a westernized... Japanese fiction. So imagine like fucking the feudal era of Japan if it was like sort of Judge Dredd-ish and all westernized and like easy to understand, not quite as complicated as the real feudal Japan was with all the different clans fighting for territories and shit. It's really simplified, so there's like 5 clans basically, so it's easy as fuck to understand. But yeah, it's all about Oni, like this Oni mask that like the person who wears it is immortal basically. It's a long story. Okay. It's all got samurais and ninjas in it. It's some dope shit, but I think it would be a cool graphic novel. So that's what I'm working on next. But yeah, unlike Loki, obviously, like my man just knocks it out of the park by talking about factual political stuff and his actual take on the world. I'm like, I just like try to think of fucking stories that would entertain me if I was watching them.
You know, you talk about the music as well. I mean, you sent me a few tracks through that you're working on, and, you know, I've told you, they're electric, man. They're really exciting stuff.
Telling you, mate, the whole album's like that. Like, I've never spoken like this about an album before neither, so I'm not just like constantly gassed on my own shit. I understand. It's always been a slow process for me, finding the balance between what delivery to have on stage, what delivery to have in a battle, what delivery to have on a track. I feel like when I was younger, I was like too hyped on a track. I feel like this is my favourite album delivery-wise. The beats, I've worked with so many dope producers in my time, but see, just my personal taste, this guy is hands down my favourite producer I've ever worked with, just for my personal taste. And I'm so proud of the time I spent to write the bars. It took me like a month, or 2 months, which is quite a long time for me, because I was working every day on it. To like, you know, because I'm militant, mate. If I've got something to do, I work on it every day. So... so I'm proud of it in every single aspect, and I purposely wrote no choruses because I wanted my man, the producer, to express himself with scratches on the hooks and make it a proper old school hip hop album. It's not one that'll ever blow up, sell 1 million copies, be big on the radio, or have many people dancing in a nightclub to it, but it'll always be something I'm proper proud of and happy that I made, mate. And I see this album as like, if I walk away from hip hop tomorrow, I'm proud that I did this, and this is like always going to be recognised as what, like, this is a testament to what I'm capable of on tracks. Just like now, this is all about, like, it's important for me to remind people what I'm capable of, mate. You know, I realised over the last couple of years, like, that's why I came back to battling, because I seen nobody shouting my name no more, and I'm like, these fucking people don't know what I'm capable of, you know? I wasn't happy writing for Tony. I was pissed off.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? And yeah, so this album is just I want it to be a testament to people of what I'm capable of musically. I'm not trying to make big club tracks, but I think you can listen to every single track on this thing, and if you're like a hardcore old school boom bap hip hop fan who just likes dope bars and fucking banging underground beats, it's like it's going to be amazing. You're going to like it too. But even if no one else likes it, mate, I'm fucking. It's my favorite thing I've ever did. So sorry to fucking waffle on about it, but as you can tell, I'm quite excited about it.
Yeah, so. No, it's infectious, man. Yeah, as I say, I've listened to True Tracks, and they were both excellent. Just before we get onto the bigger topics like the Bonnie, Don't Flop, etc. We are live streaming, so if you listen to the future, this is completely irrelevant. But Kevlar5 asks, Scoop says he wants to battle BA, but to me, Scoop will get 3-0'd easy.
Right, well, that's not really a question, but I liked how you tried to say he asked it just so I have to comment on it now and make myself look like a dickhead. Scoop, innit? I see what you're doing.
So you can check the archives.
He should call himself Two Scoops because... No, never mind, right. No, you know what? Big up Scoop. He's doing his thing, and I think he's such a sound dude. And if you actually pay attention to what my man's saying on Facebook... He's got the perfect mind for an MC because he's a natural observationist. See if you read his Facebook status updates. My man just sits back and absorbs life, and he's got his little Scoop take on it, and I rate it. As for the battle, I don't like to sound like a broken record, but I do have a set list of ideas in my head and ways I want to go. And yeah, big up Scoop, but it's just not the thing I'm looking for next just now.
Okay. And Nick Tomo, just to hark back, says, what was the name of the album? Because I know the two songs you sent me, one of them was called Stun Gun, right?
Yeah, the album's called New Weapons.
Is that going to be on Bandcamp and stuff like that?
Fucking check this out. So me and the guy, when we first got together to start making this project, he asked me that same question. And I was like, you know what, bro? I never like to think about that while we're still making the beats and writing the bars, because then... it's easy to blur the lines and start making your shit for a different reason other than you're just like a caveman drawing a picture of a fucking deer on your wall. Do you know what I mean? Which is how I think all art should be done. Yeah. Just because you want to do it. So so I said let's separate it all. When the time comes, we'll put our business hats on, and I can't tell you that just now because that time hasn't come yet. The time that's just come is this week he sent me the final mix of the whole thing. So we've just got all the tracks fully mixed, final versions of everything. So the next stage is I need to talk to my boy Theo because he's going to be doing the artwork for it.
All right, man. Well, I mean, you and Theo, the ideal partnership. And I, like many other people, mourn the loss of, people have mentioned in the chat, shout out the stupid nerds, of Lowdown Shelter. Where the hell's that classic podcast gone?
Man, you know what? Fucking Theo is just so busy. See, he's between all the mad shit he does. And, he's creative, but not just creative in a few directions. He's just he might wake up one day and be like, you know what, this week I decided to get into abseiling, so I'm taking the next 3 months off to abseil off the edge of this cliff. See you later. Just because, his mind works like that. He just finds something and then he just gets on it. Which is a shame because I want to see this film as well, man. But he promises it is practically finished as well. But, so that's the reason the Lowdown Shelter stopped, just because... he had other things to do. Like me, I've always got a little spare hour to do that shit, but I understand I wasn't doing any of the engineering side and keeping it up to date with the internet and all of that shit, do you know what I mean? So, understandable. But this battle is in Sheffield, so it depends what he's up to, but maybe we do a little one-off thing while I'm down there, a live thing or something.
Oh, yeah. He's going to be at the event then?
Yeah, mate, it's Sheffield.
Of course he is.
It's Chef Spendable. What are you talking about, Tom?
Shout out Slimehouse TV as well. That is one of my favourite YouTube channels.
Yeah, this album's getting released on Slimehouse as well. It's going through Slimehouse as our label to release it on.
I mean, Theo knows that I'm a giant fan of his. His Warhammer documentary's sick. If anyone's seen that.
I don't even know nothing about Warhammer, but see that mad display he showed you in that little video, that battlefield. It was fucking just dope to look at. You got to appreciate that just as art, innit, in and of itself.
Yeah, let's have a look here at the questions. Carl Dunlap, Canel asking, have you been watching Mackenzie's progress? The man has been smashing it worldwide this year so far, and I'd like to see you face off in Scotland.
Yeah, of course I have, mate, because I'm actually proper cool with Mackenzie. Done multiple things for his battle events, and I've known him for years and years and years and years and years as well. He actually came up through a project which, again, Loki started called Volition, where he got a lot of up-and-coming people just to come. It was like a sort of fucking community thing, but it was like hip-hop, you know what I mean? So that's where Mackenzie came up through it. And I've known him for a long time, so to be honest, I don't really like battling people I'm cool with. You just never get the best performance out of me when I'm battling someone or not cool with, just like someone I'm friends with. Do you know what I mean?
No, I understand that, but I mean, is Mackenzie I'm asking you and the live stream as well, out of interest. Is Mackenzie the best battler to have never been on Don't Flop, best UK battler?
Well, I think that was more of a timing thing because he's since been on Chalked Out. Do you know what I mean? So
you thought it would have happened eventually.
Yeah, if events hadn't transpired the way they did and there was no Chalked Out, that would have been Don't Flop. So I'm sure he would have been by now on Don't Flop. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you don't need to say it twice. I'm a giant fan of Mackenzie.
He's been absolutely smashing it. By the way, I've been keeping tabs. He always links me his new battles and shit. You know, just killing every single one of them.
Yeah, he was. I saw him live against Terminal recently at the Empire card, and he was unbelievably good there. Yeah, so Mackenzie's crazy. And would you ever face him then, or because of that history, is that like stopping it?
Yeah, like I said, I've got set people in mind, and I'd just rather not do that. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, he's absolutely smashing it. Oh, and for the record, we actually have battled this. It's on my YouTube channel. It was in that freestyle tournament.
Right. Okay. I'll try and dig that out because I don't know if you saw, but loads of Don't Flop extra training days, probably like 400, 500 like lower tier Don't Flop videos. Just the channel just went, kaput out of nowhere.
For what reason?
No one knows. Deleted an email apparently. I should have asked him. I rue it heavily to not ask him. I sort of forgot. But yeah, I don't know where they've gone. And I know you weren't on the channel, but hopefully stuff like you and Mackenzie can live on. Callum asks, would you battle on the Smack card in the UK? Are you aware of this, that URL Summer Madness is coming to London?
Yeah, man. You know what? I've got a feeling I'm not on their radar, but yeah, I'd take a battle on that, of course, mate. I'd battle whoever they want. And like people are like, oh, because BA uses jokes, his style wouldn't translate. Mate, if you think that, you again do not know what I'm capable of. Any crowd I've ever battled in front of, I knew exactly what crowd I was dealing with, and I catered my style exactly to the crowd I figured I'd be dealing with at that time.
Yeah.
So,
Natural's in the comments as well. Shout out to Natural. I need to get you on the show soon, man. He says, love, respects music, and always been a fan of his battles. One of the best at both.
Hey, much respect, mate. Thank you very much.
Natural's sick, right?
Man, I ain't seen many. Is it battle rapper, man? I don't keep tabs on battle rap. I hate to sound ignorant and no disrespect to my man. And just to make a point to not be that dickhead, I'm going to put on one of his battles after this podcast as well, just so now I know. But to this point, I have not seen one of his battles, or perhaps I have. But you go to so many events and shit. It's like it's hard to remember all the battle rappers nowadays. So.
Yeah, he's had some great battles versus Dots and Dialect and Bleak, and yeah, he's an awesome.
Oh, cool. See, that's me being a waste man, not watching enough battles.
It's all good, man. It's all good. So a long time ago. But Stupid Nerd's asking, do you know if Possessed is still working on that solo project?
Hang on. I've got this YouTube thing up now. Skins of choice, raw, mate. Raws. You know what? I've got into the habit because raw skins are like £2 a packet. I now just buy a box of 50 on Amazon for like 20 quid, but in the long run you save like 30 odd quid, mate. Raws, yeah. But when the going gets tough, Silver Rizzler. Sorry to interrupt you, Tom. I thought I'd better get to the more important questions first.
It's all good, but what about Possessed? He's still working on the album?
Possessed is currently the album's on hold, man. Like, I speak to him all the time. I spoke to him the other day, you know what I mean? But life just got in the way for Possessed as of now, unfortunately, and it's a proper shame to see because I know what he could accomplish, and it's just weird that, like, I don't know. I mean, life happens like that for sometimes, man. Life gets in the way for some people, you know. People get responsibilities, they get families, they get relationships. It's all very time consuming, you know.
Still, a great legacy that he leaves behind. Some absolutely unbelievable work. And Ryan from Verse Tracker sort of ending, asking the same sort of idea about Possessed there as well.
Here's something that's interesting though, if anybody doesn't know. A little fun fact, okay, so where are the Freestyle Masons now? Stig, haven't really kept in touch with Stig much over the last few years, but I think he's still doing his thing to my knowledge. I don't know if he's still making music, but I know he's doing something. Possessed, yeah, like I said, life is in the way of him doing stuff just now. And Rain, the fun fact is, Rain is now like hardcore man of the Lord, and he actually went to France to help like build a church or something, a chapel or something. Yeah, so no more battle rap. No more battle rap for that guy. You know what's funny? The only difference really in mine and his relationship, because he knows I'm an atheist, he's cool with that. Like, obviously, he doesn't like the fact that in his belief system, I'm going to burn in hell forever. But having said that, he accepts it, yeah. Yeah, it's jokes. Anyway, on you go.
What an insight, though. Yeah, I never would have found that out otherwise. But yeah, that is a pretty incredible
that's what I was going to say, right? So the only difference is, back when I used to spit in my bars, he would like proper laugh and be like, yeah, that's sick, yeah. And nowadays when I spit in my bars, all I hear down the phone line is like, oh my God, oh no, oh God. Yeah, that's the only difference though, man. He's an absolute G. I still speak to him almost every week, if not multiple times a week. He's my brother. Yeah. All those guys are my brothers, man. You know what I mean?
Oh God, yeah. And I'll never forget on the show when you talked about all you guys in that apartment just freestyling, you know, constantly developing your crowd. And you said there was like tape of it or something?
Yeah, what's his face has got like 8 hours of footage. Unbelievable. I think even I've got like 3 hours of footage as well, on a tape somewhere.
Put a Kickstarter together, man. The culture needs that.
Man, you know what? Like I said when we first brought this up, like I don't even think it would be that long a thing to like pester what's his face for it. But having said that, I do also like the fact that like I know everyone would love to see that shit, and trust me, it could be edited into like some ridiculous video. But having said that, it is cool that like it's a little thing that we have. You know what I mean? It's cool, man. It is legendary footage, though. One day it's got to come out. I agree.
It has to. It pretty much has to. And going forward then, before we get to Bonnie, I suppose, we have to talk about Shocks. You and him were supposed to battle, right? That was supposed to be one of the centerpieces of the event.
Yeah, it was supposed to be. How many times have I been on this podcast talking about shit that has fallen the fuck through for me over the last like year, Tom? I was proper hyped for that battle, man. Like, I'm trying to find things that still interest me to make me want to keep battling, and I guess like accolades was something. So I was like, cool, title match with Shocks. That's a big thing. Like, I know titles are silly to some people, but you have to understand I come from the generation of like. I used to like I've done gigs with DJ First Rate from the Scratch Proverbs, DJ Tiger Style, Alvin, and like these are guys who grinded for years as club DJs and hip hop DJs and DJs on people's tracks, and then went to the ITFs or the DMCs and they won a title, and then on every gig above their name it's like ITF World Champion DJ Tiger Style, and then they could just tour off of that for years. Do you know what I mean? And so to me, having a little accolade like that, it's like it's a instant fucking bit of credibility. Do you know what I mean? In that regard, and promoting yourself and shit like that. So I don't know. I mean, I guess it is a bit silly, but fuck it, it's something to work towards. Otherwise, what the fuck are you actually working towards?
Exactly, and it's the end product that matters. Like, that's what brings it out of you, but it's like the incredible writing and the performance and all the stuff we're accustomed to. So yeah, it's a shame that didn't go down. Did you see him versus Censor? Or?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
And?
Yeah, it was a dope battle, mate. Dope battle. Good to see Censor back as well. He smashed it.
Who won it to you?
It was a very close battle, man. I think it was, like, what's crazy is, like, stylistically, art is so subjective. It is like, I mean, Shock smashed it if you prefer that style. Censor smashed it if you prefer that style. But I don't know. From my perspective, like the first round felt like Censor was like bodying Shocks a bit. But then the other two rounds, I felt like were, depending on what style you're into, could have gone either way.
I mean, the first undeniably Censors, right?
Yeah.
And you and Censor, surely that's a dream battle.
Yeah, man. Again, Censor's a guy I've known for a long fucking time, though, man. It's like, I don't know, mate. Like, I've seen a lot of people bringing that up after that thing, but I seriously would just like to. I'm looking to take off heads. You know what I mean? And yeah, I don't want a blonde nothing with no fucking being cool with people and shit. You know what I mean?
A few people in the chat saying, why is someone of something along the lines of, why is someone of your stature facing Bonnie? It's been a confusing matchup for a few people.
No, if you're confused, I mean, if you're a true Respek BA fan, then that decision shouldn't confuse you.
Right.
Because you have to remember, this is the house that Jack built, first of all, and I am one of the Jacks. I've been doing this for 15 years. I've battled hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people in fucking nightclubs for 20 quids, for 50 quids, for fuck all. Outside clubs, in ciphers, anywhere, house parties, anywhere, after gigs, little dickhead MCs showing up just to try and battle me. I battled them. Everyone. And I never battled a woman. And as soon as the name came up to me, I just sort of, I don't know, man. It just, as a creative writer, is fucking fresh and funny to me to get to battle a woman. And I've never done it before. And that was not in my little list. I had a little list in my head of like, nah, I'm only going to do this and that and this. And I wasn't even thinking about that. And I'm not to sound sexist, but I took that shit because I've never battled a woman. But I'm not sexist at all, obviously.
No.
But I'm gonna fucking come across it though.
It's just a fun, like we mentioned this before, like, you know, these reasons to get involved into it, like the woman angle and stuff like that. And there's so many battles that have gone down. I'm thinking of Danny Myers and, you know, Definition and QP, and, you know, there's been some terrific pairings here.
It's a true tragedy that unfortunately she has a ghostwriter and got caught biting, so that I was unable to dedicate all 3 of my rounds to the fact that she's a woman. But I'm pleased that, you know, I still got a good balance in there.
She's been battling a little while, obviously nowhere near the status that you have. But yeah, she's been battling since 2012. January 2012 was the first battle on Queen of the Ring, getting into a bit of King of the Dart RBE.
So the fucking Mayans were right after all.
I mean, do you not rate her at all? Or?
No, you know what? I rate her as a human being.
But yeah,
I rate her as a human being. She's just another person doing their thing. But
right.
See me, mate. Like, see, fucking biting is the worst thing you can do in hip hop. It is the worst thing you can do in hip hop. B-boys have their own body language for bitten moves. Beatboxers covered their mouths so people couldn't steal their moves. MCs that bite got fucking outed, disrespected, shunned, and never taken serious. So for me, as someone that fucking took fucking time to get good at this shit, years and years and years of practice and understanding how everything works, and absorbing myself in hip hop and everything that goes along with that, just to see someone like call someone up and go, yo, have you got them bars for me, is like, I mean, there probably has been in freestyle battles in the past, but this is maybe the first time that I've like got no respect for my opponent as an artist. I mean, as a performer, yeah, fair play. She's like a decent performer, I guess. Like, it's like asking me if I think Britney Spears is a good writer. She doesn't even write her own shit.
Sure.
To me, this is like, it's the worst thing you can do. It's weird, in fact, how over the last few years, biting's like not as frowned upon in battle rap. Like, people have been caught copying shit and they just brush it off. It's like, to me, you should never get cheered again. It's fucked, mate. It's proper identity theft in the highest order. I've no respect for comedians that don't write their own shit. No respect for MCs that don't write their own shit. This is hip hop. It's about self-expression, and if you're not expressing yourself, you're not bringing anything to the table. And I'm not trying to disrespect her as a human being. I've got nothing but respect for her as a human being and as a female. But as an artist, she's done nothing. She's just a performer. So.
Yeah. We don't need any Carlos Mencias in battle rap, and she was exposed. I don't know the full story, but I know QP was involved in a forum post, and there was a guy like comparing versus she performed versus she's found on forums in like text battle leagues, and they were like word for word and shit like that. So
I don't give a fuck if Bonnie knows the angle. She's still gonna get hit from every one, so it's all good.
Yeah. Well, it's like the Serious Jones stuff, like the Tony stuff, like we say, like, you know, if you do it well.
It's not about what you do, it's about how good you are when you do it.
Exactly.
Oh.
Yeah. She's battled a lot recently, probably in the last 3 or 4 years. She's became quite big. Battled, on World Doms and Blackouts, King of the Dots, where she made her oats. Averb as well on RBE. So she has some stature. Did this interest you as well? Because she's got a little bit of a following, even if she's a bit of a fraud.
You know what? It's true story. Like, not to sound ignorant, but when I first got offered it and accepted it, I thought she was that Latino chick, that Myverse.
Right.
And
she battled her. She battled Myverse.
Yeah. And then they were like, "No, it's this chick and that." And I see like she gets a lot of people checking her out on Instagram because she's got a nice body and shit. She's a good-looking chick, but I don't think she's getting any of that attention because of like her battles or nothing.
No, she's got almost 35,000 followers, Bonnie Godiva on Instagram there. But yeah, the battle-wise, a little lackluster, maybe not the most exciting stuff. But she's travelled, she's been around, she's been popular. She's meant to be on Don't Flop a little while ago, I think.
But here's the thing. To me, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because, like, if you're a BA fan, someone did with the Series Jones battle will just timestamp my fucking rounds if she comes whack, and I guarantee you they're gonna be like 3 dope fucking rounds. Like, that's what I bring to the table, mate. You will always get a consistent BA performance. So even if people don't personally rate Bonnie Godiva, like, just trust me, you'll still rewatch the battle just because of how she gets buoyed. So. But or she might be good, and it might be a fucking like proper sick battle from both sides. Like,
maybe so. Yeah, she's supposed to battle Enigma on 6th birthday. I was pretty sure Enigma was ready to. I think I saw you guys have a little exchange on Twitter. The awareness that initially she was supposed to come there, but this is a really exciting battle and a really exciting card as well. Retaliation. We've got some cool battles on here. Looking forward in particular to returning Freestyle versus Jay Short.
It'll be interesting to see what comes with. It'll be also interesting to see what his opponent has to say.
Exactly. What's Jay Short's first line? The pressure's on there, really. You got to have something.
Well, to be honest, the ball is proper in Jay Short's court because he's got so fucking much material to work with, given the fact that first of all, the podcast that came out and then all the shit over the last year, there's so many different things he can acquire hard-hitting material from. It's his battle to lose, to be honest. Not to say isn't good, but it's just the wealth of shit he can say. So yeah, but it'll be interesting to see how it goes. We will see.
It's possible could body Jay Short, right?
It's possible anybody can body anybody, mate, except Bonnie.
So the card is the 22nd of July, Sunday, which is a bit annoying. I know you wanted me to go to the event, I want to go to the event, but it's just hard to go from Oxford. It's like 5 hours and it's just difficult, but I'm going to get the pay-per-view as everyone should, and if you're in the local area, definitely go down. Maybe it's going to be affected somewhat by the episode, by the whole thing going on, maybe the snakeskin poster and the name Retaliation, and what maybe it annoys you, it offends you, you don't want to be part of this, like you didn't want to be part of King of the Ronalds, but Don't Flop is here, for better or for worse. I personally think it's pretty exciting, intriguing to see what they come up with.
Hold up, Tom, let me interrupt you there. First of all, you're coming, mate. You're coming.
I'm going to try and get there, yeah.
Look, I came on the podcast, so you can't travel 5 hours to come see me back. Wow. What sort of fucking friend are you, Tom? You're only in this for yourself and your Patreon. I know how you are, mate. And second of all, my real point is, don't turn it into that. See, even you saying it like that is turning it into that. No fan should be forced to pick a side. No rapper should be forced to pick a side. And this should always be about you people's favourite rappers, favourite battle rappers. Not about any company. Whatever company puts on your favourite battle rapper. Big up Chalked Out, big up Code Red, big up Premier Battles, big up Gift of the Gab, big up absolutely everyone. But it's not about them. It's about us. We're the fucking content. They're the platform. After a stand-up comedian does his set, you don't go, that fucking stage is the fucking shit. No, that's just the platform. He's standing on it, delivering his thing. This is always about the rapper. So whatever rapper you like, go and see them. If you're a fan of me, come and see me. It's not about anything else, yeah? These promotions are just there to facilitate our performances, right. And that's what everyone who's a fan of this wants to see. So...
Very true.
For me, I'm like, fuck this. It's not about choosing a side. Me personally, I have zero alliance. I'm a hitman for hire, free agent. Any battle league that respects me and presents me with a battle that I like, I will accept. There is no allegiances here, and you as fans should have none. And this should always be about what rappers you rate.
Mickey Worthless is back versus Sayo. What's this to you? Mickey back on Don't Flop. This is pretty huge.
Well, you know, at that time, I had my own personal dispute with her, so I wasn't like around. I like stopped battling for Don't Flop, like sort of around the time Mickey was about all the time, and then I came back to Don't Flop after Mickey had left, so I was really sort of out of the loop with that whole situation, to be honest. Obviously, I knew about King of the Ronalds and shit, but yeah, I didn't really know how none of that went down or whatever.
Yeah, it was a pretty epic tale of betrayal and exciting nonetheless.
Sounds Shakespearean, mate.
Yeah. I guess it is. I've often compared her to a King Lear type figure, so I can see him sort of the family tree. But Bowski versus Raptor's also there. Matter versus Rivers.
Does that guy actually pronounce it Raptor as well?
I think it's like Rapfort. Yeah, I think he does actually. I think he actually does.
He's got to change his name then. Raptor has smashed it too much in battle rap for there to be another battle rapper who pronounces it the same. I don't care if there's an H after the T. You got to respect Raptor for like him building his name up like that. You got to change it. It's just a respect thing, isn't it?
It is. It'd be like there being a Respek BB or something. You'd be like, no, you can't. You just can't have a name that.
Exactly. You know what? I've always thought about that about ASAP Rocky. It's like, bro, have you never heard of ASAP Rock? You can't call yourself one letter different than ASAP Rock. But oh well, fuck it. Yeah. ASAP Rock, sorry.
JD James in the comments saying King Lur, which is very good. Shout out. On beat title match is P Soldier versus Press One. Press is obviously the champ. Did you catch him versus Bills? Obviously you're at the event, but did you see the battle?
Yeah, I did, man.
Good battle, right? Press I thought was excellent.
Yeah, I thought they actually both smashed it, man. Like, Bowser had some sick shit as well, man. Fucking Sutton, your mother, she's got players on her case like the FIFA cover. Rated that.
But I think Press, the innuendo battle and then into this one, was just really elevating himself. Really awesome stuff. And him versus P Soldier. I'm looking forward to this one, actually. I think Press might win this, maybe. P has to be very versatile to win.
Yeah, I think what P Soldier's good at is his presence and delivery and shit, and just his natural body language buoying someone. I think Press has got the advantage in like punchlines and lyricism. So we'll just need to see what fucking comes out. Obviously, on beat battles, it's a completely different ball game as well because you can just smash it with flow. You don't even need to be saying nothing in the flow, but if you flowing it so dope and shit, the crowd just pop for it and you get reloads and shit. Like P Soldier can do that, you know what I mean? So yeah, who knows who's gonna win that shit? But me and Press One are like fucking brothers in arms nowadays, mate. Right. We both went through that fucking
that checkpoint hostage situation.
No, not even that. That fucking TV shit with what's his name? That
Pasquale.
Pasquale, yeah.
Oh my god, yeah, I forgot about that. That's crazy.
It was fucking me and Press. So ever since then, me and Press have been cool. Like, yeah, Pasquale and shit, because we both had to endure that day. You know what I mean?
If someone's got that, do you have that footage? I need to see it.
But I swear it's on YouTube. I swear there's like...
Okay, if someone can find it, yeah. Well, I'll definitely try to see that out. But top of the card is the world title, Don't Flop world title, which we discussed with Quill earlier. Quill versus DNA. First
what did Quill say about it?
Quill was, he liked the idea of it. He thought that it was going to bring the best out of DNA. And I think, title matches on Don't Flop are always pretty much great. I can't think of many that aren't really enjoyable. Even like your in Chrisley's Tony is a fantastic one. But yeah, Quill versus DNA. He was excited. He thinks DNA again, as I say, is going to be more aggressive maybe than normal. What do you make of the world title first of all?
I want to challenge the fucking winner, mate. I want to challenge the winner. Imagine this. Imagine I had the title match, which was the Don't Flop UK title match at the time against Shocks. Yeah. That falls out. I tell what motivates me, like I was saying, is accolades. I'll do a tag team thing with Marlowe and Shuffle for the tag team titles if you like, but I don't just want to now battle for the fucking vacant Don't Flop UK title because it's been devaluated slightly. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. by the way that it was vacated and not lost like that. And vacated by someone that ain't going to be doing another battle on Don't Flop. So it's not like, I don't know, it's different. Do you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, absolutely. I understand that.
Yeah, so imagine that, and then I was like to her, yeah, what motivates me is title shots, but I don't want to win it like that. And he was like, all right, we'll try and figure out something else for you. And he proposed a couple of things, and then I accepted Bonnie Godiva, but he never proposed no fucking world title match with DNA. I'd have took that shit, or Quill. Like, I like it better that if it's for a world title, it's an international thing. Do you know what I'm saying? But still, I like that, mate, and I want to challenge the fucking winners. So whichever one of you two cunts wins, I'm fucking calling you out. I'm sure you're not cunts, but yeah.
Keflar asked in the chat, does BA think 2-on-2 freestyles would be too hard to do now with the lack of good freestylers?
Well, you sort of answered your own question.
You sort of did, yeah.
It wouldn't be impossible, but it would just be a much smaller talent pool. A lot of the names that you'd be looking forward to seeing do it wouldn't actually be freestyling, or wouldn't do it because they can't freestyle. But there's still a load of dope rappers from that era, though, man. Like, so many a lot of top tier guys, man, can like freestyle like fuck, especially in the States. Do you know what I mean? It's like fucking Disaster, obviously. Like, if you got Disaster to do a tag team 2-on-2 freestyle, he'd fucking crush it every time. You know what I mean? So there is a lot of dope freestylers still. It's just not nearly as many as there are written battlers.
Yeah, I mean, talking about, you were speaking about devaluing the title and that whole idea. Ryan Forum saying in the chat, first of all, he's Shock's still Don't Flop champ, and then how Soul's third versus Shock's kind of makes more sense now, considered through that paradigm, because it's true, isn't it? The sort of the collapse of Don't Flop around him has rendered him, paralyzed.
Well,
he's got chalked out, but I mean, it's kind of like he was a Don't Flop champ, and then suddenly it just didn't exist.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, I guess so. I guess you could look at it that way. You get very interpretive, but yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, maybe that's kind of my job here. But I want to say, anyone listening, ask some questions, at the final questions. But I mean, this year, how often are you looking to battle? We've gone quite a while now since the last one.
Well, you know what, though? I kind of... Like, because the return Don't Flop thing was going to be a big thing in that, I kind of had a 2-battle deal in place initially. And part of that was I agreed to not battle for a few months at the start of this year.
Yeah.
And, so I feel like I missed a bunch of time there, which was unfortunate. But, like, now that the Shocks battle isn't in place, it's not a 2-battle deal anymore. It's just this Bonnie battle. And then I'm just going to see, like I said, mate, I will battle as frequently as the right opportunity presents itself. I'm not looking to battle, but if the right opportunity presents itself, I'm always willing to.
Yeah, absolutely. There is so many battles that I want to... There's so many things I want to see down. I want to see you versus Soul, for example. Can you guys just do that, please?
It's got to happen.
It's the ultimate match. It's like
it's
the next massive match for me. It's the next one that has to go down. Like.
Yeah. Well, mate, there's no harm in letting that shit simmer for a little bit. Keep your anticipation up and all that.
Okay, ruin your day if you're listening.
Mate,
buy this battle.
If things work ideally for me, like the way shit is just now, if after this event there is another Don't Flop before the end of the year, I would like to challenge the winner of that world title match on it. But obviously they traditionally space their fucking title matches out. But I don't see any harm in it personally. I don't know what the fans think of that, but I wouldn't give a fuck about seeing another title defense straight away, like later on in the year. So yeah, that's what I would be looking to do. But if that's not a possibility, then I'm just fucking like open for suggestions. So yeah. Whatever league wants to pitch me something that I can fucking sink my teeth into, then I'm listening. But
yeah, if you're not on next in line 3, Code Red, what are you doing? Like,
get me, mate. I'd battle for any league as long as the situation's right. So yeah,
someone in the chat, Purple Harlem, saying get him on nil. Yeah, completely right. Have you not battled at Fiddlers? Have you?
Fuck knows, mate.
Maybe back in the day, but like not on cam, right? Not in Don't Flop.
No, I don't think so.
No. So just going to a few of the questions. Shout out Dave. huge friend of the show. We did the 10,000 Hours episode amongst many others. He says, ask BA where he would begin. What road would he take if he was just starting to battle now in the current day?
Well, fuck. I guess the climate's changed. The road I took was, I used to just go to, like, hip-hop nights and there would be ciphers outside and battles started, and I guess that was the first step. Nowadays it's different because it's like a digital medium. So I guess, like, if I was a guy that liked it, obviously I wouldn't just, like, I think you would be stupid to just straight away then go battle if you hadn't practiced, because then you might come across bad, and who knew, you could have, like, grown into the best battle rapper ever, but you wanted to be seen before you wanted to work hard. So you're forever damned on camera as like a whack battle rapper. So if you become a fan of it, I wouldn't just jump straight into nothing. What I would do is find a few like-minded individuals, either in your friend group preferably, or nowadays, thanks to the wonders of technology, even online, and just hone your craft behind the scenes, observe, learn from people that are better than you, get good. And then when you think you're actually to a moderately acceptable level and your ego just isn't desperately in need to be getting a fucking pat on the back, and you think you're good enough, then you can easily find ways to, like, get in contact with a league and do a tryout battle nowadays. There's so many of them. So as long as, like, for your first couple you'd be willing to put the effort in, you'd be willing to pay your travel and all of that shit, so that, why would they give someone a chance and put money on them when they haven't proven themselves, you know what I mean? So
Don Valera asks, who would you battle on King of the Dot?
There's actually a lot of international battles that interest me, man. So yeah, it's hard to, like, pin that down just now, but quite a lot of the names in my head on my, like, to-do list are American people. I'd love to battle Iron Solomon. I added him on Twitter the other day saying, when you come to the UK to battle me, but he didn't reply. But you know what, like, I think obviously battle disaster, but I will say, see, when he came back to written battles, man, he was bare cherry picking for a bit, man. And, like, I don't know, mate. When I came back, I wanted to come back to, like, battle the best fucking people possible. That's why I took Tony D. That's why I was supposed to be battling Shocks, and that's why I'm planning to battle Soul at some point in the future. I just want to pick the top heads. And yes, he did battle Disaster, but in amongst that, it was basically like exhibition fights,
Keflar asking a tough question, saying, who's the most overrated? I mean, that's kind of a tough question to ask, right?
Yeah, probably, because
you don't want to offend anyone.
Also, hype works in a weird way nowadays, because a lot of the main place, I guarantee a lot of the people watching, in the comments actually, let me know if you're listening to this, if you also post on the UK Battle Rap Forum on Facebook. And I think you'll find that a lot of battle rap fans nowadays, that's their place of congregation and shit, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So overrated, we can't say. Let's go more positive. Underrated battlers. Who are some underrated people?
Underrated? Oh, fucking hell, there's so many, man. I mean, just now, even though Mackenzie's still building his name up, he's still underrated in comparison to, like, how he's going to be seen in a couple of years' time. There's a lot of underrated battle rappers, man. I could go on and on about people that are underrated, like.
Yeah, of course, yeah. I'm sure everyone's got an answer to that one. Nick asking, any chance of BA becoming a Premier Battles manager for a league or an international team?
Yeah, if they present me with the right situation, I would be more than interested in that. Obviously, pardon me, mate. Obviously, I did get a few discussions going on to be on teams last year, but I wasn't interested in the setup at the time, but that's not to say that I wouldn't be interested in the next thing in it. I just take all these things as they come.
A lot of people in the comments asking if you're going to battle Shuffle. Forge from Steel saying something. I've never thought of this. This would be incredible. You and PH versus Shufflo.
Yeah.
Come on.
I actually said in a Facebook comment the other day, like, I would have done that with Sensa as well. Do you know what I mean? I would do that with... Yeah. I would take that battle because, again, when it comes to tag team battles, a lot of people think that they can't be beaten. And I think I can beat everyone. So there lies a conflict there between the perception of people and my own perception. So it needs to be resolved. In a classic verbal pugilistic dispute, Tom. That's my way of saying I don't think they're fucking unbeatable, by the way, mate.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, sorry, I'm just getting hyped thinking about that shit.
Yeah. I need to definitely see that.
See, that's what I mean, though. I like shit like that. I like brick walls. People say, no, you can't walk through that. It's a brick wall. Yeah.
JD James saying Ogmios the most underrated top tier, one of the best guys. I mean, yeah, Og is a legend.
Yeah, again, he was about in an era where I wasn't really keeping tabs on. Right, but I know a lot of people name check him and shit, so big up Og.
Yeah. And a lot of people saying the Shufflo mad style clash.
By the way, big up Marlow and Shuffle. I don't want to come across as a hater at all. I'm just like getting hyped, being a little competitive battle rapper. But all these people are dope, all competitive.
Absolutely. And it has been a real treat to just sort of take some questions and obviously talk about really exciting Don't Flop stuff coming up, Retaliation, and lots of crazy stuff. So please follow the show at Bauer Resume. Get in touch with me, BauerResume@gmail.com. We got the Patreon there.
Oh, and by the way, I thought this place was going to be fucking dead because the England game's on, and like 38 of you are in here, so big you all up. You all are fucking cool, man.
I was just gonna say,
come up to me and talk to me if you come Sheffield and be like, I was one of the fucking 38.
So I should say we're recording this at the time where England are playing Belgium in a slightly pointless, but still it's a group game. And there's about 40 people in the live chat who are just hanging out and giving us the questions throughout. So thank you to you guys as well. We got the Patreon, as I say. BA knows that I love that. And YouTube, subscribe to there. Go check out Lowdown Shelter as well. BA, it's been great again to have you on. I guess finally, how do people get at you? Social media, your music?
Fucking Facebook is Gin Truth. You can figure out how to spell that. Or Respek BA. Official Respek BA on YouTube. Respek BA on Twitter. Fucking all over the place. Respek BA, basically.
Yeah.
And come and check it out in Sheffield because it's going to be funny. It's going to be funny.
I'm sure it will be, yeah. I mean, I can't believe you're done already. There's so long to go.
Yeah, mate, I'm absolutely done. Yeah. I'm chilling. I'm back to writing something else now. I'm not even writing hip-hop bars at the minute. So,
well,
yeah,
again,
done. Happy with it. Happy with it.
I can't wait. I'm sure we'll have you back to recap and whatever else. So, thank you again to everyone in the live chat. Thank you to everyone listening who continues to listen. Go through the archive, check out episodes that I've done with BA in the past and anything else as well that takes your interest. This has been Tom, Bauer Resume. Respek BA again. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much, man.
Hey, much appreciated, Tom. Thank you for always getting me on. I swear I must be like one of your like reoccurring guests.
Yeah. You're on that higher level. Yeah, you're on that like definition level.
Oh fuck! Don't say that, mate. Let me just take it down a rung there. Like, put me just below definition level, yeah. Because you lot have your own podcast, so that's fucking bad. If I'm like on definition level, but yeah, no, always happy to have a chat with you, Tom.